You ever have one of those nights where you're scrubbing hotel floors and you think, this can't possibly be the beginning of something big? Yeah, that was me, and let me tell you, I was wrong. You know what's wild? All it took was me answering a phone in Dutch at 2 a.m., and suddenly my whole world flipped upside down. But let me back up a second so you can really see how this went down. San Francisco at night is this moody mess of fog and flickering streetlights, kind of beautiful if you're not bone-tired. My life, not so glamorous. I was holed up in a cramped third-floor walk-up on Maple, whispering Korean verb conjugations by the yellow light of a busted lamp, with my brothers passed out in the next room. You'd think someone like me, 29, night shift cleaner at the Sloan Grand Hotel, will be giving up on hope by now. But every night, I'd tuck those boys in, whisper, we'll get there one day, even when I barely believed it myself. That night, like clockwork, I jammed my hair up in a bun, slung my cleaning tote, and dodged trouble on my way to catch the last bus into the city. The Sloan Grand looked like something out of a fairy tale from the outside, 15 stories of glass and gold, home to celebrities, royalty, you name it. Inside, I was just a shadow in a blue uniform, earpiece in, cycling through whatever language I was cramming for the week. Hebrew that night, I think. I loved insolence, invisibility, floating down marble halls. Just another face nobody looked at twice. But at 1:42 a.m., the rules changed. This tall German guy burst into the lobby, panicked, lost nobody from the front desk in sight. Now, the handbook said not to speak unless spoken to, but rules only work when everyone's playing the same game, you know? I stepped up, answered in German. His face lit up like Christmas morning. Helped him find his rental, pointed him toward the elevator. No big deal, right? I didn't see the man in the charcoal suit standing by the ficus, watching every move. Lucas Sloan, hotel owner, the guy who'd never noticed me before. Not until that night. After my shift, it was back to the grind. Walk my little brother to school, snag discount bread at the bodega, hit the books Dutch, this time because if I was going to escape, it'd be through language. It was my thing, my inheritance, the one piece of me the world hadn't crushed. Nobody at the hotel knew. I was a ghost to them, and honestly, that was safer. Until it wasn't. Next shift, I slipped up again, answered a guest in French, helped a group of Korean tourists. People started to notice. I didn't think much of it, but someone up in the offices did. Lucas watched the tapes, me solving problems, always alone, never making a fuss. My file? A joke. No college, just a GED, 3 years scrubbing floors. He couldn't square that with the woman he'd seen speaking flawless Dutch on a break. But secrets, they don't stay buried, right? I once been a scholarship kid, bound for USC, first in my family to go anywhere. Then a fire took my parents, and suddenly dreams became luxury items I couldn't afford. I dropped out, raised my brothers, found work where I could. The Sloan Grand was supposed to be a pit stop, not a life sentence. But you blink and years slide by, and the only thing keeping you afloat is whatever hope you can steal. Lucas finally cornered me one morning after my shift. I was dead on my feet, just trying to make it home, and he steps out like he's got some secret to share. He says, I think you're being wasted in housekeeping. I almost laughed in his face, thought he'd lost his mind. But he wasn't kidding, offered me a job in international guest relations. Out of nowhere, just like that. Said he'd seen enough. You'd think the world would celebrate, right? Girl from nowhere gets a shot. Instead, I got side eyes in a break room, managers whispering, staff acting like I'd cheated the system. Some folks even said I'd slept my way up. The worst was the quiet of those moments when people you'd worked beside for years pretended you were invisible for a whole new reason. But the job itself? It was fire. Translating for guests from Dubai, Japan, South Africa, everywhere, using every language I clawed into my brain after midnight. Solving problems nobody else could even see. Still, it wasn't enough for some people. Garrett Price, one of the old guard, tried to trip me up, gave me messed up Mandarin documents full of mistakes, hoping I'd embarrass myself in front of the board. I fixed them, called him out, and Lucas backed me up without hesitation. For the first time, I started to believe maybe this wasn't a fluke. Lucas and I started talking more, first about work, then about life, about parents lost and dreams derailed, and what it means to come up from nothing. No pretense, no games. We'd sit on a rooftop garden, city lights below, just trying to remember who we were before the world told us what we weren't supposed to want. Yeah, people gossiped, said I didn't belong, said my success couldn't possibly be real. But you know what? Every night I looked in the mirror, pinned on my new badge, and thought, they can say what they want, this is mine. I built respect one crisis at a time, and after the board event, even the doubters had to swallow it. Staff started coming to me for advice, and little by little, the whispers turned into nods. My old shame became a monument, not a chain. Then came the Real Testa shot at running the Amsterdam project, leading a team, shaping guest experience from scratch. Lucas said he trusted me, not because of the resume, but because he'd seen me do the impossible with nothing but grit and a gift nobody had valued. I took it, scared out of my mind, and landed in a city of cold wind and canals, setting a new standard with every guest, every meeting, every moment. For the first time, I wasn't shrinking to fit the room. I was the one shaping it. There's this scene I can't shake. Months after I landed in Amsterdam, I caught a new housekeeper young, nervous, scrubbing brass handles like her life depended on it. I stopped, told her she was doing good work, told her I saw her. Her eyes went wide. And that's when it hit me, that's all any of us need. Not a handout, not pity. Just to be seen, to know the work matters. And me? I'm not invisible anymore. The world still questions, still doubts, but I stand taller now. Every room I enter, I bring all those languages, all that pain, and all that stubborn joy. I'm not a guest in this world, I built it, one step at a time, and I'll keep building for the next girl who's still cleaning floors, thinking nobody sees her. Yeah, I see you. And if you've got something to say about right and wrong, about who gets a seat at the table and why, don't just drop a comment. Tell me, who gets to decide who belongs? Because I'm not going anywhere.